Today we have Gus from Long Beach Running Club. He's going to be talking about how he actually started running, but more importantly, how he's impacting lives through the running community.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh.
What's up, Gus? How you been, man?
Good. How's it going, Jesus?
Good, bro. Man, it's always talking to you today. You're talking smack with us. We go back and forth, or it could be a very in-depth conversation.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to come out of this conversation today, but
I hope it's good.
yeah. How's everything, man?
Good, dude.
Yeah.
Busy. Good.
Busy's good. Busy's
Yeah.
good. I met you, I would probably say maybe what, 8 years ago?
8 years ago.
8 or so?
Yeah, maybe 8, 9 years ago.
I met you in Downey.
Yes.
We're running, I met you because they told me you were running Long Beach, and then we would run on Tuesday nights.
Yeah. I had just started the club in Long Beach myself. So I was kind of going around to different cities, different clubs, just scoping out what the scene was and learn and bring that back to my city, to my club. And, good and bad. I was taking from everybody, taking ideas from everybody, and then just trying to grow my club. We were 4 or 5 people back then.
Wow.
So now, 10 years later, I'm the biggest running club in Long Beach. So it's a whole different
Long Beach Running Club.
Yes.
So you guys, I mean, I know I'll let you say it, but when do you guys meet? What times?
You know what? We started with one day when you met me. We ran one day. We ran Monday evenings. And now we run Monday evenings. Wednesday mornings we do track. Thursdays we run with Nike. Sundays we run our long runs.
Yeah.
So now it's becoming, a 4-day a week.
So from one
day, 3 miles to 4 days now. Different distances.
Interesting. What made, I'm assuming obviously you're from Long Beach?
Yeah, from Long Beach. Raised, not born, but raised in Long Beach, yes.
Raised, because you're from
Mexico. Born in Guadalajara. Came when I was 12.
There's a reason why I get along with you, bro. I'm from Guadalajara. I hope you know that.
Well, I'm an America fan, so.
Yeah, there's always one big fact with some people from out there. So I remember, and then you're a Boston fan.
I'm an Angel fan.
Angels fan.
I'm an Angels fan. Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, Angels fan, America fan.
Wow.
Nothing,
yeah, something had to go wrong out there.
nothing LA.
Why is that?
I just growing up in Mexico, my first football team that I saw was the Cowboys. They played in Mexico. They played in Mexico City. And
cool.
and then me growing up a Bulls fan because Jordan was he was such a big person in Mexico.
Yeah.
So I just brought that with me. And then coming here to Long Beach, I just liked the Angels. I liked Lauren Ryan back then.
He was a beast, bro.
Yeah. Just never got into LA teams.
I don't know if I'll ever see another pitcher like him though.
No,
I hope. Because now pitchers are all accounted for with
Hey, I'm a Shohei fan, and now he's a Dodger, so it's okay.
Man, that guy's brought so much fan base.
I was at the game yesterday. I was at the game last night.
So was I.
I was in the general suite. So I had some buddies of mine that got me into the suite.
That's what's up.
And you're just watching Shohei. I'm a hater right now, but just watching Shohei, you can't.
No. I mean, if you love the sport, you love the sport. You love a player.
Yeah.
A player. Man, so what made you start a running club?
You know what? It was actually tragedy, like an accident. I got hit by a motorcycle. I was on a motorcycle. I got hit by a truck.
What?
I was on a canyon down by Mission Viejo riding on a Thanksgiving ride that we always did. And I was riding up and the truck came down and went into my lane and hit me. Flew into his hood, bounced off his windshield. My bike went over the mountain. Laid there for a while, got up, thought it was okay. A
motorcycle, an actual...
Yeah, R1. I had a Yamaha R1 and hit the guy. The guy ran. He left. My buddies were behind me. We kind of stopped. I laid in the middle of the road for a little bit, got up. Thought I was fine, and then just it hit me. So broke my fingers, broke my left knee, lacerated the side of my side right here because the peg, when the bike flew open, the peg was open from the day before and it cut me. So it took me 11 months to walk, to learn how to walk again. In a cast for 11 months to walk. So you figure how much weight I put on. So in reality, this is 11 years ago now.
Bro, you can see my reaction.
11 years ago. Yeah, only certain people know why I started the club. So 11 years ago, that happened, and it took me a while to walk. It took me a while to get my function back, and I put on a lot of weight. I was like 225, 230 when I'm always like 170. And, you know, for my height, that was a lot.
Yeah. Well, dude, I weighed with 220 at one point.
You know, I think-
Just imagine me.
Yeah, I'm 5'10", you know, it was a lot for
Yeah.
me. And I started going to Signal Hill just to run 1 mile at a time, just to get back into some kind of shape.
Just walking, and then it started going.
Yeah,
through some
I would just do the hill. I would park at the Home Depot where we run now.
Yeah.
Just park there by myself.
So
and run.
that's why you start there.
I would just park there because you can park wherever.
Bro, it makes a lot of sense because the first time I went out there on a Monday night, I was looking for it, and I called you, said, it's not this one, it's over here. And
Yeah,
I'm
there's
getting
2
there.
Home Depots in Signal Hill.
Yes. And then I said, okay. And then I was like, why does this? I mean, I thought it was a smart idea because of plenty of parking,
Yeah.
but there's so many other places you could park at. Now it makes sense.
So I have to tell you something about that. So besides that, when I had the club, I had the idea of the club, I didn't want to be at a bar. I'm sure you notice that a lot with clubs. I didn't want to be at a bar. I didn't want to be in a restaurant. I didn't want to be in that kind of scene. What I saw for the club, even back then, was just running. I didn't need the addition of alcohol to be part of the club.
You had a vision.
I had a vision already. I had a vision. I wanted a running club that would actually run and train.
And this started, it all started when you started running.
Just myself. And then I would meet
Signal Hill.
people. And then I met like the first guy. And then I met another guy. And then we became 3. We were like 3 for 2 years. Like when you first met me, it was like four of us, I think. And that was it.
So how did you meet Raul? I mean, shout out to Raul with Team Cruda.
Oh, you know, Raul, it's funny you bring him up. It's well, you can't say LBRC without them. You can't. You know, I'm quick, like you said, I'm quick to talk crap about people, but I'm quick to acknowledge people too, right? And the LBRC wouldn't be what it is, you know, without some influence, right? Gravel, another club from Long Beach, and Cruda from Downey were like the big influence on me. It's just being out there, like meeting people that would run with Raul. Oh, there's another club here. It's like, oh, cool, let me go out there. You know, and go out there, and it was intimidating. Didn't talk to anybody at first, you know. Out there fast, you know, I wasn't. So, but you kind of just build friendships, and they're organic just because of running.
That's true.
And you figure, where did Raul meet back in the days, or still does? Space Center. There's no bar. There's no nothing. There's nothing.
Space Center at the
Down the track and down the
High
track.
School.
Yeah, there's nothing on there. There's nothing on there but, you know, just actual running. And from that, I kind of just little by little grew the club, but learning from people before me.
Wow.
So always quick to talk crap, but you know, I still gotta acknowledge the people
But
that came before me.
If you get into the running community, there's
Yeah.
a lot of smack talking amongst us.
You know what? Running community, it's interesting. People are saying that we're like gangs. I know it sounds stupid. But you know why? And people
I laugh because I see that.
we are, but Raul will tell you, and anybody will tell you, we're like that because we're proud of what we built.
Mhm.
You know, this is 10 years of my life, dude. I don't get paid for this. This is free.
No, yeah.
I'm the biggest free running club there is. You know, and I get nothing.
But you do remind people that they bring Gatorades.
Hey,
But
that- you know,
I go back to talking smack.
that right there was my. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That was my biggest point. So every running club I went to, when you finish running, that was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's something missing here. So I know for a fact, and I know Raul will agree, I'm the first running club that actually gave people water and Gatorade for
Mhm.
free.
And I got
Perfect.
pictures. Let me tell you.
We got pictures.
I got pictures of some little kids
Opening the cooler.
opening the cooler,
Yeah.
and they will hand out the Gatorades.
Yeah, that
I have
little
to go to our
kid, that
class.
little kid now is my neighbor. That little kid now
serious?
is this tall.
Wow.
You know, still part of the LBRC. We made the onesies for him. The LBRC, it's a,
I never
Long
got
Beach
to
Running
see
Club.
ones.
It's a little onesie that says,
But I do know that I have pictures of a little kid.
yeah, that little kid now
Um,
is my friend Javier's son, and he is,
Wow.
you know, super tall now. But we made it a point to have water and Gatorade only because, like, what do you do when you're done? What if you forget your water? Like, it's kind of,
Yeah.
and I'm at Home Depot. Where are you going to go? Get some 2x4s? So, you know, that was the whole point with me having that.
That's
it-
cool.
It took 2 years for somebody to finally ask me, hey, guys, who pays for the water and Gatorade? I was like, me? 2 years. I was like, it took you guys this long to ask me that? But now, like you said, I remind people that we are a free club, but the only thing I do take, I don't take money from anybody. I only take water and Gatorade.
I remember my first instance meeting you at track.
Yeah.
And I always tell people when you run and you're chasing someone, it just you gravitate to try catching up to them.
Yeah.
And Raul was, I mean, he was hauling,
I chase Raul.
and then
I still chase Raul.
you were right behind him.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who the other runner was.
Kevin.
Yes,
Yes.
Kevin. And I'm like far back, And I'm thinking like, dude, these guys are fast. And I remember
Yeah.
meeting you, and I'm like, who did it? Because you were going out with them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, you know him too well. How is it that I haven't met this guy? And then they told me, well, he's from Long Beach.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. We got to meet each other. What made it more, which what you said, we have a community.
Yes.
We could talk a lot of smack. Everybody has their own
Yes.
running club. But don't let it be a marathon. We all come
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Don't let it be LA. LA is the biggest,
It's the biggest one.
community marathon for
Yes.
everybody, right? Even for us that we come from Long Beach. It's a big thing for us.
let me tell you something. I think there was I had already met you, and I remember it was in Long Beach. It was one of those. I forgot the year. It was a hot one.
Yeah.
I'm running, and bro, I was dehydrating, and I just see you at mile. What is it? Mile? Is it 19, 20? Like
Back then, yes. So I remember that one. Yes, we were at 19.
yeah.
We were at 19. Yeah.
And I just see your flag.
Yeah.
And then you're like, get on that, bro. And I'm like, bro, you got water?
Yeah.
And you said, what? You got water? He needs water. He needs water. And I didn't really know a lot of people from your club.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys helped me out that day.
Yeah. You know what?
Tremendously.
And I like hearing that because, LA is our big marathon for us, right? It's like I
Mhm.
take the most runners to LA than any other marathon, even more than Long Beach, which is crazy.
Really?
Because we live in Long Beach. We don't want to run the same streets that we run every Sunday. So LA for us has become, this year we left at 1:30. I got there at 4 a.m. to claim my spot this year. 4:30. We left at 1:30 when the last runner passed by. And at that time I was out of everything, even out of beer. People that we know come ask for beer because they know we have beer. Profe. Shout out to Profe. He comes out and gets
Yep.
beer from us.
Yep.
But we're there really to support the SRLA kids. So that was a big mission for me.
That's cool, man.
Once I got into the SRLA scene, once I met that little scene, it grew.
And for those people that don't know, what does that mean?
Students run LA. So it's these kids from inner city LA schools
Mm-hmm.
that will not run a marathon, that will not even run, will not even probably take PE, right? But Nike sponsors this program and gets them to run a marathon, which is crazy, dude. Did you think of running a marathon when you were 14?
I'll tell you a story about myself that not a lot of people know, and I don't think I've even mentioned this. I grew up in LA, and the marathon would pass by where I grew up because it used to start at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
I got into running. I've said this in some of my reels and my Instagram. There was a friend of mine that used to take us to Trade Tech, LA Trade Tech, which
Yeah.
is, the track's no longer there. However, I remember seeing them through the news, the marathon. And there was a year where I told my friend, hey, tomorrow's a marathon. Let's go check them out running. Not knowing.
Yeah.
We go at like at noon, thinking we're going to see the runners. And then we just see the cups on the floor.
It's already done.
And we're like, I think they must have ran by already.
Yeah.
And I always, since then, I don't know why in my mind, like, I wonder how you could run one of these events. But obviously, I was raised in LA.
Yeah.
I was never exposed. There was nothing in the inner city that would connect you to
Yeah.
running, right? God forbid you're into running, you would consider like, there goes this nerd running because of where I grew up at.
Yeah.
When I got to high school, then I heard about this Students Run LA program.
Yeah.
But I'm already in high school, so my mindset's somewhere else. I always said, man, if I had just tapped into Students Run LA
Yeah.
when I was in junior high or in high school, I don't know how many marathons I would have had under my belt.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I see these kids and you get jokes. I know where it comes from,
Yeah.
the inner city. You're doing a great thing, man. Keep up.
It's
keep it
yeah,
up.
think about it. And it sucks that it's only LA. I get it. We're trying to expand, but it's only LA unified.
Yep.
They don't do anybody else, which I get it. That's the whole SRLA theme. But what they do is incredible. You got some 15-year-olds that have done 3 marathons already.
Yeah.
I never would have thought about that. I was on the streets when I was 15,
That's what I'm saying. I mean, had that been a bit again,
Yeah.
I'm just glad that they're doing something for the inner city. And I would wish it actually expand because
Yeah.
it brings so many kids to something else.
They
It's
never
this
run.
kid-
If you talk to them and you hear their stories, they would never even think about doing not even a half or a 10K. They're out there doing a marathon.
And
which
some
is
of these kids have
insane.
pulled their parents in.
Yeah.
I've heard those stories. It's so interesting. It's interesting. I met you and I have a connection to Long Beach. So my first marathon was Long Beach.
Was Long Beach.
And they've asked me, why don't you run Chicago because it's connected to those dates?
Yeah.
I just say no. I'm so loyal.
So
when
it's
it
a
comes
week
to Long-
apart, or now it's the same weekend.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so They'd be, hey, let's go to Chicago. And I said, I'm so loyal. That's just,
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, Long Beach is my home. It wasn't LA. It was Long Beach.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
so for me, Long Beach holds that. I became a legacy because after 10 years,
after 10
I
years.
have my legacy there. I think I'm going on, I think I'm going to my 14th.
For Long Beach? Damn. You think about it, I'm from Long Beach, and I've done more LAs than Long Beach.
Yeah.
I've done one Long Beach. Got it out of my system, and that was it.
Really?
Yeah, LA was my first. LA was the thing. I was out there with the Angels hat backwards, basketball shorts. Had no idea what I was doing.
So when did you run your first marathon?
Ooh, like 17 maybe? 16, 17 in LA. First one, I walked like 10 times.
You did it, right?
I walked like 10 times, especially like mile 20 when you pass like all the nice areas.
Mm-hmm.
I walked a lot there, and it was hard.
It's when you pass ta-ta.
Yeah,
Good
it was,
one.
it was nice, but you know what? I got hooked. I'm coming back next year, and I did. And it was just
You're back in Boston now?
no, what was my qualifying time? 3:10. I did Long Beach in 3:10:09. Missed it about 9 seconds just to qualify.
Oh.
So I've been to Boston twice. I'm glad you brought that up. I've been to Boston twice. I've traveled to Boston twice just to support my runners.
Maybe that's why I thought you were.
Yeah, so I've been to Boston twice. We went back-to-back years. We made it a field trip to support both of our guys to be out there, so they wouldn't be alone. So it was more of a, and people were surprised that I was out there. And I went to Chicago. I didn't run Chicago. I went to Chicago to support our runners too. I was just in Eugene for the marathon. Why? To support our runners too.
That's true. I did see your.
Yeah, so we're more of a community now. You know, man, if you're going to do a big marathon and the WRC gets behind it, then I'm going.
Yeah.
I just think people, I would want to look, like, if you can ask, like, what is it? What keeps you guys running, like, continuing to do, like, you know, most people, I think, if they do one marathon, that's like a life goal.
Yeah, like a bucket, that kind of thing.
What, maybe you can ask something like that?
It's funny because you're asking two runners.
Think about your experience too, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, what keeps you running? What, you know, like, it's funny, I don't run anymore, right?
What's kept me running, I think I'm always chasing I'm chasing who I want to be in running. My goal is to get to Boston, right?
Yeah.
And so that, and I always think back to every marathon has taught me something different.
Yeah.
Whether it's a mindset, whether it's knowing your body. Believe it or not, I think about the people that can't even walk.
Yeah.
And really, I have that in my mind. Like, you know, there's people out there that can't even walk, and you do it.
Yeah.
My goal is to get to 50 marathons, and say after 50,
Yeah.
I could retire. Maybe my crazy mind will go to 100. I'm at 30, so I'm like, I got 20 to go.
So then you go, yeah.
And I'm thinking about that. But I think to answer that question, what keeps a runner going? I think it's just something in us that, and I say us because I'm an avid runner. I hope I am. I'll consider myself right.
I definitely consider that.
I think that's how I do it with all the stress. That's my escape. If there's anything I could describe it, that's where I go out, and you will probably know, right? Because you dealt with something personal.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that one when we're done.
People don't know where this is, where tears get drop. You damn, what else can happen out there? You're mad.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just just because you feel great, and then there's those runs that you just love because you get up, you're sore or something hurts, and then you're like, dude, let me just try, and you just want to push your body till it warms up, and then you get on that high,
and you're good.
And then you're good, right?
Yeah.
And then you finish like, damn, why did I run? But it's so many aspects to that question. But
so, like, for me, like, I can see both sides, right? That's actually a very good question. I can see both sides. I ran to challenge myself, to beat myself.
Yep.
My first marathon was 3:29. Never ran the marathon in my life. Never done any more than a 10K in my life. So I was like, wait, if I did 3:29 and I stopped like 10 times,
what can you be?
You know, so the next year I came back and did 3:15, same LA. And then I went to San Francisco, did 3:12. And then 6 months later, I did Long Beach in 3:10. So for me, it was just more of my own times, right? Like improving myself.
That's actually...
It was just a push.
Yeah.
Right? But what I say, the second part of the question, the answer would be me in the running club. I haven't ran since 2019, was my last marathon. What keeps me going now as a running club, and it's funny because we just had an event this past weekend. We did a 5K for veterans mental health because, you know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So for the third year in a row, we've hosted a 5K to raise money for mental health awareness. And it's funny, my speech at the end was whatever I said. I still remember this to this day because I got a reply to it. Somebody DM me what I said like impacted them. So what keeps me going now, not running, what keeps me going in the running club is to be able to provide a space for somebody that has been dealing with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I don't ask you. You're just going to run. You know I am.
Yeah.
I talk crap to you and you come and run, but not knowing that there's so much going on in people's lives, right? So I got a DM yesterday that I was like, I stopped. I was like, damn. And it was like a voice message. So it was like even touching me more.
Wow.
You know, this person was telling me, thank you for what you said, because I came to you in a very tough time and I had no idea. This person shared a little bit of the tough time and I was like, wow. And here I am just bringing water and Gatorade to Home Depot, right? Thinking that I'm just going to run 5 miles. Back then it was 3, but not knowing that I'm actually helping somebody's life. How? Just by running, just giving a safe space to run. We don't know what we're going through.
You asked me right now, but before we started this, like where we're going with this podcast.
Yeah.
And I said, I think there's a community that no one really talks about.
Mm-hmm.
I think I started to see more on social media. I'm starting to see more clubs, and I love it because when I started, maybe you're gonna laugh, maybe you went through it. How to calculate a mile? I remember getting in my car. Yeah. And I will put the little mile, and then this is a mile.
Well,
and
we didn't have what we have now, right?
Yes, we didn't. I didn't, but at least I don't remember. And I see so many stories within the running community that are not being talked about.
Yeah, there's a lot.
A lot. And I mean, believe me when I say some people are dealing with suicide.
Yeah.
Right? Some people are dealing with family issues.
Yeah.
And this is their only way of dealing with problems.
It's an escape, it's an escape, right? See, but to that point, right? Like I love that there's a lot of clubs, and this just came up in my Monday run. This subject just came up. There's 1,000 clubs now, and I'm not even exaggerating. There's so many clubs now, right? Long Beach has the most, even more than LA. But what's the goal? People need to have the goal, and not saying because I've been around for 10 years that I know the goal. But are you trying to be something social? Are you trying to meet friends? Right? There's a club for everything. I get that. There's a club that has beer. There's a club that has, you just want to be friends. End of the day, there has to be a purpose, right? And did I know it? No, of course not. But do I know it now? Yeah. It's an outlet for people to come and run and just get out and forget about life for those 5 miles. Forget about life and running Signal Hill and you're cussing me out.
Forget about life. We're doing it right.
You're cussing me out. You're cussing me out because the route sucks, right? Because it's so hard in Signal Hill. But it's the club. All these new clubs that are popping up every single day. There's like 2 in Long Beach now that came out like a couple days ago. Like what are you trying to come out with? Yeah. Right? Because we've been around for 10 years, and we've been around for 10 years for a reason.
And you guys are
for a reason.
Not because I know you personally, man. I'm being honest with you, because whenever they say like the Long Beach Running Club, you guys are known for friendliness, for being cool. Once you actually get to know the characters in there, we start laughing but then again, what running club doesn't have that? And again, it goes to anything like any other social club whatsoever. Yeah. But what's kept you consistency? The growth that you
know what? There was even one point a few years ago that I said, oh my God, I want to step away. I actually said it. I actually made a speech. And I actually asked for people to volunteer to take over the runs, to give me some time off. You know what I mean? Because it's 10 years of my life that I've been doing this.
Dude, it's almost, people don't know. You don't realize you got to show up every Monday. You got to show up. Because it was Monday. Yeah. You got to show up Sunday mornings. Yeah. Sunday mornings. And you got to lead.
Yeah. And so that was the easy part. Yeah. When you met me, that was the easy part. Just showing up, parking there, and giving my little speech, which half of it's talking crap. You know that. But what happens now that we grow so much? What about my logo? What about my social media? Mm-hmm. So that's where Sandy, which you know her personally, comes into play. I met her, we just celebrated 8 years together. On Cinco de Mayo was our anniversary.
Shout out to Sandy.
Shout out to Sandy.
I don't know how you do it with this guy.
So it's crazy. I'm sure you've heard the joke, and it's not even a joke anymore. I'm the face and she's the brains. And it's true. Everybody laughs when I say that. And it's true. Without her, like the logo, the trademark, the actual, now our coaching program, you know, without her having that side of the business, you know, the running club,
Mm-hmm.
we probably still be doing Monday runs for 3 miles.
Yeah, I
You know?
remember somebody, you told me, they asked about track, and then they said, you want to know about track, and that's where, again, comes back to Raul, right?
Yeah. And I'll still say to this day, I say, if people want to know about track, they need to go through that. Through that, the way Raul leads track should be an example for everybody.
And let me tell you, man, he leads by example.
Dude, I hate that workout. I don't know if I ever told you, I used to have butterflies in my stomach driving to track because I hated it. But afterwards, I loved it. But just getting to Downey High School, dude, when I get off on Firestone on the freeway, I would be so nervous because I would know what was coming. A crazy workout. And who was there? Kevin was there. You know, Raul was there. You guys were all there. So it's going to be a punishment. But when we finished, what did we do? Go eat tacos, go hang out. You know what I mean? It was the way, it was just leading to it. But I tell everybody, I told my own club before track started, go to Cruda first.
I would see them there.
Yeah.
I would see them there.
Sam went there all the time.
Yeah.
Catherine went there all the time.
Yeah.
Lou was a big participant of Cruda.
He's in Vegas now.
He's in Vegas now, yeah.
Yeah.
But think about that. Like, we went to track. Like, if people want to run a track workout and have it fun, they need to learn from Raul. Raul is a whole different business when it comes to track.
He's I say in the joke, man, if I could get close to this guy,
Yeah.
I know I'm fast because they make it look easy. And shout out to all the runners out there, period.
Yeah.
You know, all the runners that are just consistent, whether you're a fast paced runner.
Yeah.
I always say, you go out there and try to run 26.2 miles.
Yeah.
Your life comes out different, right? But
Yeah.
then you have, there's levels, and you have the ultra runners.
Yeah, and then you learn about that.
And then,
And then I'm like, oh, there's another level besides the marathon.
then
That's
you have,
crazy.
we thought we were insane.
Yeah, I know. You're talking about 150 miles.
Yeah.
No, you guys are crazy.
That's way insane.
But, you know, it's like you said, there's a club for everything.
Yeah.
Whether LA, whether it's here, whether it's anywhere. There's so many clubs.
To be honest, this is why, I mean, I reached out to Ro. I want to bring more of a, I want to highlight the running community more.
Yeah.
Not just, I really want to get the stories, right? Because I know some of you guys personally, and I know that there's much more to running than what people see out there.
Yeah.
Because all people see is when they cross that finish line.
Yeah.
What they don't see is the training that's gone
The
behind.
labor that goes into it. The labor to it. Just think about LA. Just think about LA, right? Like, we get up at 3 a.m, Sandy and I, for LA. We don't even run LA. But we get up at 3 a.m. to drive to West Hollywood, which is mile 15, to get all the stuff in our cars, the tents, you know, the speakers, the water, the Gatorade, all the food that we give out. We give so much food out for LA. You know, the night before, she's cutting oranges, she's cutting bananas, and that's us. Like, nobody's paying us for this, right? So there's so much more to a running club. That's why when I see all these clubs starting, I was like, are you guys sure? Not hating, but you guys got to be sure you can handle
the consistency.
Yeah, don't start a club and then 6 months later it's gone. Right? There's a reason why there's certain clubs that have been around for a long time. We were in LA, Blacklist.
Yeah.
Rundale.
Right?
Night Terrors. You know, the clubs have been around forever.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you move to our neighborhoods. You move to Cruda. You move to Gravel was around before it stopped. Yeah. You know, us, you know, there's a lot of clubs that downtown runners, you know, he's been around for a long time too. But it takes sacrifice.
And when you're out in the course,
yeah,
it's like we're all one.
Who do you see in LA? Every single club. Every single club, right? We're all separate.
But we're all one at that moment. We're all one.
We help each other out.
And
like, what happens when you come through my tent? My tent in LA my tent's crazy. You guys know that. Our tent's crazy in LA. We cheer everybody on. Yeah. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're not, I don't care if you're not wearing an LBRC shirt. Like,
but that's what we said. We're like gangs.
We're all like gangs.
Don't give him an orange. He's from Cruda, or he's from Blacklist.
You know what? And that's the one sad part about the running community, where I've had my own runners not be given stuff.
What?
By LA clubs, yeah. I had my own.
What was some of those names right now? We ain't gonna say.
I've had 2 big LA clubs deny water to my runners because the LBRC shirt.
See, that's your fault though. No, I'm just kidding.
No, even Sandy herself.
Wow.
She's like the co-founder of the LBRC. Everybody knows her. If you know me, you know her.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
She got denied water once because of her shirt. But you know what? End of the day, I like it. I love it. That drives me.
That means you're doing something.
That drives me. If you're gonna hate me for my logo and who we are, do it.
But you're coming up to your 10th year anniversary.
Yeah, this October we'll turn 10.
Are we invited?
course. You know that we're open to everybody. So, but that's so our anniversaries are not for us. We're a little different. So
Okay.
our anniversaries are not a party. They are a party, but our anniversaries are to raise funds for the local community.
That's what's up.
So every year we raise funds for a charity in Long Beach.
This is why it's called Local Legends, bro.
Yeah, we started 5 years in a row now that we've raised funds. We raised $8,000 last year for the Long Beach Rescue Mission.
For what? Say it again.
Long Beach Rescue Mission.
Oh, wow.
We raised $8,000.
Okay.
We've done we've done $4,000, $5,000. Every year is different, but every year is growing. We're shooting for $10,000 this year.
All right.
And so I host a relay race. You know, and all your funds, like all your registration fees are like $25, $30.
Okay.
Goes 100% to the charity. So, and then what helps me is these companies come on and support us with raffles. You know, last year I raffled off 25 pairs of Oakleys. I had $3,000 worth of Oakleys on my table. Everybody's like, what? You know, Nike comes through with shoes. Asics comes through with shoes.
Man, you've grown. This is where I trip out. I met you again almost 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And you said it was 4 or 5. I don't remember I don't know the count. I really don't.
Yeah.
I just know when I see you now with Nike, with Oakley, and I hear these stories that, man, like, bro, I'm talking to you, but yet people don't understand the discipline you've gone through this. I'm pretty sure people tell you, no, you're not going to do this. I'm pretty sure you get those long contracts.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. And, you know, people, you know, come and go. But you know what? When we talk about those companies, it's not even that they reached out to me or I reached out to them. Everybody that got to me from that company is a runner of mine. People don't know that. I will never tell them who they are. But like the vice president of Oakley is a runner of mine. Wow. You know,
that's
the
awesome,
Nike
bro.
Connect is a runner of mine. Asics, he runs the fashion line for Asics. He's a runner of mine. Just from the community, just from running. It was all organic. I never reached out to anybody. It was just they were part of the club, and one day, hey, I work for so and so. I'm like, what? I had no idea.
Damn.
Right? And what can I do for the club? And that's what keeps me going.
It goes back to what I always tell people: the more you serve, the more doors will open.
Yeah, if you start looking for stuff and you start like, you know, nothing wrong with knocking on doors, but if you start getting greedy, you know, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. You know, you need to let it be. And for me, that's what's helped. And
right now, I know you. I want to make sure I bring this up. You are now doing a coaching program.
Yeah. So we just launched. We're about to launch. About to launch kind of quietly. It's called Team LBRC. So it's a full-on coaching program. We have so far 2 certified coaches on board. We have a very, very, very well accredited PT on board, bringing in a dietitian as well to cover every base. We want to have a coaching program that's well-rounded. And the biggest announcement that we just made on Monday is everybody that gets coached by us gets their whole training cycle covered as far as nutrition and hydration through a company called Sports Research.
And that's so important.
Yeah, because think about how expensive it is to buy, like, we'll just make it up, Liquid IV. It's like $30 for a 20-pack at Costco, right? So to figure 16 weeks, how much are you going to drink for 16 weeks? Imagine all your long runs. So the LBRC is going to cover that through our partnerships.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was important for me to cover the whole training program.
They can reach you obviously through your Instagram.
Yeah, so we just opened a new Instagram. So we want to make sure it's a little separate, but still, we're still together. So it's just Team LBRC versus Long Beach Training Club.
So say it again,
Team LBRC.
So we'll make sure we put that there.
Yeah, so that's brand new by like 5 posts probably. We launched it very quietly, very quietly. We're already like our 6th or 7th athlete that we're training. We'll have more because Long Beach training starts June 18th. So we'll do 16 weeks.
Well, Gus told me I'm grandfathered in because I'm interviewing him and I'm going to get the whole thing. I'm grandfathered in, guys. Hey, I got to talk smack.
We got to talk smack, but you know, it's true. Like we come to a point now, we're 10 years, right? Yeah. 10 years of running, 8 years running with you and knowing you, right?
Yeah.
How do we evolve? How do we become something else?
It's interesting because when you came in, I was showing, I have to showcase. I'm like, look, bro, you met me with one camera.
Yeah.
And look where
I would make the joke that you're an official photographer, and I did that on purpose just to piss Raul off. That was on purpose to throw shade at Raul, right?
I heard
that was on purpose. That was all on purpose.
You don't know that Thursday I heard it
from Raul.
No, I heard it from everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, where's your camera at? I'm like, well, you guys never asked me for damn pictures, and well, yeah, and I heard I didn't hear the end of it.
Oh, it's better to take pictures in the hell than Downey. But no. But you know what?
No, I think just yesterday I was going through my old pics. I forgot this guy's name, but the sunset's hitting him. and it's a sick picture. I have one of those. That's one of my favorite pictures
Yeah.
ever running, and it's on sick. I always show it to you. It's on my laptop. Yeah, and bro,
Yeah.
it's sick. It's a sick picture.
Are you on top of the hill?
It's on. I remember because you told me, bro, you should capture it on this side.
Oh, when they're
and
coming
you can see
down.
the
You
sun.
can see the sun.
See the
Yeah.
sun. It's a sick picture.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forget the gentleman's name. I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
But man, it was a great. I love photography. I still do.
Yeah.
It's just been. I got more busy with my real estate career.
Yeah.
And so to go on a Monday night, but I mean, guys, I'm being serious here. If you're in Long Beach, you got to go visit the running club. And I'm being honest. Like,
Yeah. Thank you.
I always say hills pay the what? The bills.
Hills pay the
Because
bills.
if you're not running any hills, I'm telling you right now,
Which most people don't.
no. And
Most people don't. Yeah.
that, is it like a mile and a half?
The first mile and a half is all incline, pretty
Dude,
much.
that thing
And then you
is-
flatten out, and then you go down for a half mile, and then you're back up to climbing. So you gain like 600 feet. In that, if you think about it, Signal Hill is small. We don't leave like a 2-mile radius.
No.
You're in one little radius, but you're half gravel, half dirt. You're in the pavement. You know, it's a nice mix.
I remember the first time I ran it, we go through the back and then I look up and I'm like, are you kidding me? That's the hill. They're like, yeah, you have to run it all the way up.
Yeah.
And as I'm going, me being competitive, like, all right, let's go. And then somebody grabs it. No, bro, we're playing. You have to make a right here.
Oh, they're on Hill Street.
Yeah.
On Hill Street, you cut the other side.
And I had to hit
Yeah.
go. But then you go and then you still go up. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Or you're still climbing.
Yeah,
So
you're
that
still
thing, yeah,
climbing.
it's, you know what? That route's changed 3 times. It's been added. It was 3 miles, then it was 4 miles, then 4.5 miles, and then now it's 5 miles for the last
Wow.
5 years.
And then you reverse it.
And then we reverse it.
Yeah, the
I
winter.
throw, yeah, we have a winter route because it's too dark.
Yeah.
And then we do the routes backwards too.
Yeah.
So that too. But then we started adding the challenge. Who can run it faster,
Mm-hmm.
right? So which is coming up, by the way. So people from other clubs started coming, you know,
Oh,
and I hate to
man.
say it, the female record was owned by Cruda for a while. Cruda Mayra owned the record.
So someone broke it?
For one, oh yeah, we gotta take it back. We gotta take it back. Yeah, we took it back. Banana had it for a while too. You know, Cruda, I hated that they owned our record, but it was a hate in a good way. It was competition. I go, guys, come on now. We can't let people in Downey come and take our course.
You know, flag there, right?
And Maida, you know, Maida's insane, dude. You know, she had the record for a while until our girl took it down by like 2 minutes. We're like, you know,
Oh, shoot.
Danny came and took it. We're like, okay, we're good. Like we're safe now.
We're safe.
Yeah, we're safe now.
Where are you at?
But it goes back to clubs. It goes back to how we are with each other.
It's a harm, but
You know?
it's a friendly competition.
Yeah, very.
It's a friendly
The men's competition, even the Claremont people came out, and La Puente came out to challenge us. They weren't gonna win, but it wasn't gonna happen, you know. But that's what happens. The clubs all come together, and it goes back to being little gangs.
And it's a fun. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fun.
that's what we're there for. And
Yeah.
at the end, what do? We hang out.
we
Drink
hang
a
out.
Gatorade, drink our water, and just talk crap.
And it's interesting because when my fiance she went to her first like a kickback, she goes, we leave. She said, I'm never going back to one of your running. If you ever want to go to a party with them, go back.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her like, why? She said, I don't understand half of the crap you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
What are we talking about? You guys be talking about splits and you're talking about this.
yeah.
He's like,
What do we talk about? Our next race.
and then we talk about the next race. We
next
talked
race.
about this. She's like, I know you, what you tell me.
Yeah,
Do you guys really nerd out about that?
it's well. Think about what's coming up in 2 weeks. The biggest race for every club, Griffith Park. That's in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
It's
And I
every
can't miss
single,
it.
every single running club.
They asked me to run. I said, no, not this year. It's there's a reason why I don't want to run it anymore. But I'm gonna go support it.
It's the biggest race there is. It's the biggest race.
So
for
they
every
reached out
club.
to me because I haven't
Yeah.
been running with anyone, by the way. But I got nothing but love for Gruda. But I'm like, nah, I think I'm gonna.
Well, I saw some other runners a couple times. I could really remember that. I saw Banana. But you know what? It's funny.
I remember that.
We're from Long Beach. For the last 5 years, we've been the biggest running club at that event. We're taking 14 teams this year. We took 15 teams last year. We've never taken less than like 12 teams.
You guys roll deep.
Yeah, we have a big tent, dude. We have a big tent for us. We have food and everything, but it's 5 per team.
Yeah.
It's 5 per team, and this year I'm taking 14 teams. And from Long Beach,
And then are you running it?
I'm running my mouth. No.
That's the funny thing that
We won it as a team. We won male, we won female, we won co-ed. You know, so we,
you know what? I actually took pictures of you guys one year.
I think it's the year we won when I was still running.
Yeah, and then I sent them to you, and you're like, yeah, get these pictures. 'Cause everybody's trying to get the phone. I have my camera on.
Yeah,
Dude, it's right. I got some pictures.
Yeah, we've been, it's the biggest race there is for every club. It's, it's tough. It's Griffith, but it's a party.
Yeah,
And
it's a
that's
party
what-
scene
it's a
afterwards.
party.
It's a party scene afterwards. It is.
Yeah, the LA County Sheriff's trying to beat me this year. They got 12 teams.
All right.
I was like, oh, I don't know if you guys can run.
It's interesting, man. You go through these archives of my cameras, and believe it or not, there's a history with the Long Beach running community.
Dude, I was going through my IG, deleting DMs. You won't surprise how many DMs I have. I have a DM from Kevin, from Cruda, from Griffith, like 6 years ago. He was taking pictures. I was like, what the heck? It was like, it's us and Cruda running together. You're in the pictures. It's Kevin. It's like taking pictures and sending them to us.
I would like to see those.
Dude, it's super crazy.
Jeez.
I have big shorts on.
Hey man, I'm gonna wrap up this podcast because I mean, I'd love to chop it up again with you because there's so much more to you, and I know you could maybe one day, bring somebody else to talk about running. However, I always ended up with some questions, right?
Yeah.
Favorite?
I was gonna say like this local legend.
Yeah.
Like, like what's the full? Like, where's he? What's next for the club?
All right, cool. So I gotta ask you. So I'm gonna ask you this question. I mean, you asked me like, why are we doing this local legends? And I said, man, because locally, 10 years. Believe in what I'm saying. It's like you're a legend, right? The club, it's now known, right?
Yeah.
What's the goal for you with the running community or for yourself?
You know what? I don't want to say I want to grow the club because I think we're big enough. Mondays we're looking at 80, 90 people every single Monday in the Home Depot parking lot. To me, it's not about growth anymore. I'm past that point. For me, it's just about people's personal growth. Get their PRs.
There you go.
And with that is where the coaching comes into play. It's supporting them now in their goals.
That's what's up, man.
Just more. I don't care. I don't want more people. Like, that's fine. Anybody, and you can go to a different club. I don't care about that. Now is more about let everybody PR. Let everybody, not even PR, just feel better. Not get hurt. Like we always hurt.
Yeah.
That's the end goal, I would say. Somebody asked me that time, what was my end goal for the club? No goal really. Just for everybody to run.
That's
there's no back to it. It's just run. I
gotta ask you some random rapid questions here. Favorite artist?
Eminem.
Oh, okay. You got a favorite song with him?
Nah, all of them.
All of them.
All of them, pretty much.
All right. Well, you already mentioned your clubs. I'm not even gonna go there because I could care less about those clubs. Favorite place in the world you would like to visit?
And we actually talked about going pretty soon. France.
Have you ran there?
No, for the Tour de France, for the cycling event.
Because you're also
now I have a cycling club too.
Yeah, we didn't even get into that.
No, that's a different thing.
Yeah. If there was one person you could actually meet, past or present, who would that be?
Oof, meet? Juan Gabriel. Grew up, my mom.
Damn.
My mom played it every single day. She still does.
Who doesn't?
Took me to a concert when I was a kid. But just the impact that he had on our lives is just, I would say he. It's not even like, you can't say he. I didn't know him. The music.
Mm-hmm.
To watch my mom cry when he passed. And so,
oh man,
my mom was in the room for like 2 days, dude.
Damn.
And just to see, but just to hear his music, and like it's funny now. I watch YouTube people like reviewing him. The reactors.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen
the reactors that. The English reactors, right? The English reactors to Juan Gabriel dude. I'm like, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
His reach is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my one person.
He was a writer. Yeah. He was a performer.
Humanitarian.
And he actually.
Yeah. And what he went through. Yeah. Right. Once he gotta figure. I was my whole life in Mexico, pretty much my whole young life, and just he was it.
Yeah. And not just in Mexico. It was like.
Yeah. So to hear all these English reviewers now on YouTube, like talking about him and the ways they say his name all funny, it's big impact.
Yeah. Oh man, I was bawling when he passed away.
No,
I was like, whoa. I got my mom twice. I think twice or 3 times.
I saw him once, and I was like, that's.
Yeah, I was all.
Yeah.
I was all in with Juan Gabriel.
That's what we all are.
That's crazy. Favorite player?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That in soccer?
In soccer, I'm a big Brazil fan.
So who would that be?
It's not even Pelé. It's like Ronaldinho.
Oh,
Probably been
man,
Ronaldinho was a whole different. To watch him, like even watch him now, like his old stuff.
yeah, that guy's.
Yeah, I was a big Brazil national team fan for a long time.
Yeah, that guy was a beast. That guy was a beast.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, Gus. Bro, I didn't know some of the things. I really didn't know some of your background. We got to do it again, bro.
Of course.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I have a vision that I would like to do a round table with like people from other running clubs.
That'd be interesting.
And just chop
That'd
it
be
up.
interesting.
You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
have Raul here, somebody maybe let's just say Blacklist, people you might know somewhere else.
Yeah.
And really just bring the running community together. Like,
and I don't think that's ever happened.
well, that's my goal.
That's never happened.
Now you know what I'm going.
We meet at Griffith, right? But we don't sit down at Griffith.
I would love to just have all of us and just
Did imagine the crap that's gonna come out? The shit talk is gonna come out in that, especially me. I'm playing.
we'll have to put a tape over you, bro. Like, all right, man, let somebody else talk.
Oh, fuck. 10 years of my life.
I'm telling you right now, everybody, if you ever see him, man, go meet Gus. This guy is one of a kind. I've asked him personal questions. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I fell off the bike, you sent me a message right away. How did you fall?
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, when it came to that, you told me what to buy, what gear.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get to know this guy, he's a very humble individual. You got to go check out his running club, whether it's Mondays, Wednesday mornings, whether it's Thursday evenings or Sunday mornings. Give him a follow, Long Beach Running Club. I mean, thanks so much for actually coming by, man. We got to do it again.
Thank you.
Thanks for chopping it up.
All right.